In today's video, I made a brutal mistake while testing the diesel heater I installed in my van. That's not supposed to sound like that. I'll also be testing the heater to see how it performs once it's inside the van, which won't be an easy task because temperatures were about negative 24 degrees Celsius. For now, here's some footage of me assembling the heater. We decided to mount it on the inside of the door. I know it's a bit unconventional, but it's what works best for us based on how our van build is set up. Hey guys, so just came back inside from working on the heater exhaust for the van. So it started to snow. It'll probably stop soon, but it's also cold. And this way, at least the portion of where the exhaust pipe brings the exhaust to the outside of the van, at least that part is done. And tomorrow, just got to put a couple of 1x4s. Be quiet, microwave. Tomorrow, just got to put a couple of 1x4s, a couple of L brackets, and a 1x4. I mean a 1x8, put the heater inside. In my head, it always seems like it's going to be very little work. For example, in my head, I was thinking I'd have the whole thing done by 4:30. It's always like that. It's always like that. When you're watching someone else work, you're thinking, man, this guy's taking forever. I'd be done. But then you do the same work and you're like, oh, I've done nothing and it's been 2 hours. Hopefully I can find a couple of hours tomorrow to finish it off. That's the update for now. Peace. When I opened the microwave, the coffee mug wasn't even in there. Alright, so I'm going to have a little bit of a snuffle because it's really cold, so bear with me. There is going to be some footage missing because it's just too cold and I couldn't prioritize coming back to the camera, getting different angles. This is not 100% complete yet. There's still some things missing. I need to secure that there. They're the same on the other side. The converter also needs to be a little bit better secured, and I want to have the exhaust down there a little bit more airtight, so I want to put some of that red goop sealant around there. But it's in position, pretty much. I have it in position. That's what matters. It's just too cold. I cannot finish 100% today. Like I said, you always think it's going to be quick, but then it ends up not being nearly as fast as you thought it would be. So, what is the temperature in here right now? It is in Celsius. It is about like -6, -5, and about 19 Fahrenheit. I'm about to turn on the heater to see if it works. Because I swear if it doesn't work, I'm gonna cry. I think I will actually cry. Let's test the remote.
Start heating.
That works. I do have a carbon monoxide detector in here. There's some funky smell. Alright, so I just did the dumbest mistake. And I could easily re-record it entirely and you would never know what happened. But people make mistakes, alright? And I am just a person, just like you. I made an error that was quite avoidable, but I had been working in the freezing cold for 3 hours, so cut me some slack. Yesterday when I was working on the van, I ended up taping the exhaust just in case I didn't want extra cold or snow getting into the van. Today, I told myself like 3 different times, hey, if you test the heater, take that tape out. Guess what I forgot to do? Exactly. The second that I turned it on and it clicked, at first it was maybe an odor, like a little, but some people say that there's an odor, so let's wait and see. At most a minute later, I start noticing smoke, and then I knew something's going wrong. Everything that I've read says if there's smoke, there's a problem. Immediately, I just stepped outside. When I saw that I had the tape on there still, the second I pulled it out, it even like pooh, spat a little bit of probably water that formed in the small combustion that had started. And then I left the doors open for a couple of minutes, but it works. But I'm going to do a test tomorrow, a more scientific test tomorrow. It was on for maybe 15 minutes, and it brought the temperature from -5 or 6 Celsius to about 2 degrees Celsius. So cool. But I will do a much better test tomorrow because I'm clearly tired if I'm making stupid mistakes like this. Oh my god. All right, so I'm not going to talk much because it's freaking cold in here. How cold? All right. It's very messy here, but I apologize. Look at that. Ooh. That's mighty cold if you ask me. And I'm going to put a timer on so that I know the temperature change over time.
Start heating.
I got a timer. It's so cold that the side door here won't even close properly. There's a gap. I think the little latch isn't moving. So hopefully I can get it warm enough in here that I get to make that work. It is freezing in here. I do not have layers on. Oof. Okay, so we just passed 5 minutes from when I pressed the on button, and the air coming out is still just lukewarm. So we have now passed the 10-minute mark. The temperature is starting to nudge now. It is important to note as we approach the 18th minute that the van was outside all night and it went down to -24 Celsius, I believe. So that's freaking cold. Everything in here is cold. Cold, 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 cold. Everything you touch is cold. It's hard to try to warm everything else up when everything else is already so freaking cold. When I stand up, I definitely feel the ceiling area being a lot warmer than like the ground area. I was sitting, my butt is frozen. I was sitting on the floor. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this door latch not closing, but I got 15 minutes to figure it out. Oh look, I managed to get the door closed. And look, we forgot a spray bottle that has vinegar and a spray bottle that has water. We left it in here like idiots. And a bigger vinegar bottle. Gotta take that inside. I don't know if it broke the bottles in any way, but stupid me sometimes. An important thing to note with this experiment is that because we weren't in it overnight and we just started heating it now in the morning when it was -24 Celsius, is that the entirety of the van is so cold that the heat spreads very unevenly. So if I put my hand up to the ceiling like this, I definitely feel a different temperature than what's at the very bottom down here. Like that's cold. Like that 100% feels cold. It's not even melting the ice that I accumulated here yesterday. Obviously, heat rises as it warms up. It will slowly warm up the lower ground, but the ground is I probably have boogers. But the ground is definitely much colder. Like me, finally, now that the door is closed and it's closed properly, me just sitting up here, I feel warm. Maybe like up to my chest up feels warm, but my knees are still frozen. My feet are still frozen. And we are at 56 minutes. So I was only gonna run this experiment for 30 minutes. Here we are at the 1 hour mark. I managed to bring the interior temperature of the van from negative 20 to pretty much 0 degrees there. I almost want to say that I wish it heated everything up faster, which obviously, no duh, I wish I could just snap a finger and it would be the perfect temperature always, but we live in real world with real world scenarios, and let's face it, negative 25 Celsius, that's cold. That's really, really cold. All right, everybody, I am officially going to end the experiment at 1 hour and 5 minutes, and I'm registering about 2 degrees Celsius, about 35 Fahrenheit. All right, so let's wrap this up from inside the house. Installation, it's been a little finicky. You know, things always pop up. You always second guess, should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? But so far it's going good. I think there's just a few little kinks to finish off and then I'm done. The test, I think it's a success. In 1 hour, to warm up a van from negative 24 Celsius to 0, and just as I was wrapping everything up, I'm pretty sure it went up to 1 degree, but in 1 hour, that's a lot. With that, I'm happy with the heater so far. If anything comes up, I'll let you know. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.